So yesterday, King did respond to Nique's video, and Laina also responded as well. I didn't get to add in Laina's response because she tweeted after I upload, but I did post on other social media platforms. The link to my TikTok is down below. We on the road to 100,000K. But let's get into this video. Laina tweet, being attached to people or things that have nothing to do with you is the worst. She also liked her boyfriend King's tweet, which King was responding to Nique's video. He said, a happy person is not going to keep revisiting the past. Now, I reported not too long ago that Nique and Laina were recently hanging out with the kids together. So my question is, because this was a big conversation over there on TikTok, should Laina have backed her man up, or should she have stayed out of it and be neutral?
A TikTok, get ready with me. If you've seen a TikTok, then you know what I'm talking about. I was doing like a story time or whatever the case may be, and it was about a story that happened like a while ago. After I posted the video, I seen a couple comments, and I decided to draw back from doing the part 2 just because, and delete the video just because I feel like it was just an inappropriate time, and I just don't want to start up no mess. Like, the least thing that I want to do is start mess or start any type of drama or try to relive something that has happened so long ago.
In my previous video, I reported that Crystal and Jazz unfollowed each other on IG and deleted each other's pictures. Well, Marjorie actually questioned her about it.
Go! Jazz!
What up?
What happened between you and Crystal?
Nothing. I'm about to say what? None.
Cause that's shit. Nah, cause I seen some shit on the the internet and all that shit. It was like,
don't worry about what's going on. Just cause you wanna follow somebody don't mean
exactly.
Shit.
No, for real.
Just cause the picture come down on me shit.
Y'all might get into it on video
behind the scenes, bruh. Ain't shit to know.
Armoney and Reginae recently played trivia with Marjorie, and supporters thought Armoney was being a little bit too competitive.
You a hater for real.
How?
How? What you mean how?
I can tell you how you a hater.
Lying on me, bro. You a hater, bro.
I won the game.
Name one.
Moral of the story, I beat him once again.
Barely.
I won.
I had to. Understand.
Basically won, though.
Understand.
Damn.
That's nothing.
Understand that, though.
I won.
Well, if you ain't first, you last. You feel me? And they won. So
who run the world, y'all?
Armoney commented on the video. He said, I swear I hate y'all motherfuckers on YouTube. I'm looking at the comments and I see why motherfuckers don't do YouTube. Look at y'all. Why would I be oh so mad about the game? Some of y'all so dumb, and it's really the older motherfuckers. Don't know nothing, they talking, just talking. Y'all leave y'all comments down below when it comes to that. But let's talk about Clarence, who addressed supporters asking him why Mod the God was not at his birthday party.
Don't do that. I don't even play like that. There's nothing fake about me. There's nothing, we're not about to do that. I don't care if we're on good terms, bad terms, bro. We're not about to sit here and talk about none of that. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't worry why he wasn't there, or bro, niggas go through their own. Let leave. If he would have came to the party, it would have been something. If he wasn't there, it would have been something. Let man. God.
Now let's talk about Toosi, because he was recently being petty and upload this to his IG. It says, link in bio, we taking Chris Brown pictures. Now he posted that on his IG a week ago, and someone actually came in and wanted a Chris Brown picture. Now at the time, I think he said it because he was being petty towards his baby mama. But now that him and his baby mama is working things out, now his caption says, y'all be careful asking for pictures like this. I ain't that strong. Meet and greets getting crazy. You want people to pay $100, but you don't want to fulfill your end of the deal. Question, now that he's back with his baby mother, should he be respectful, or should he give the Chris Brown experience? Now, if he ain't gonna give the Chris Brown experience, I don't think I should pay $100. I should pay $50. I'm only getting half of what I asked for. Now, let's talk about Tory, because trial has started, but there's no cameras allowed in the courtroom, but we have people that attend the trial and they're reporting on what happened.
Okay, we just got our first break in the Tory Lanez trial. We had opening statements. Opening statements are still actually going. We had to pause midway through for lunch. Better than TV. If you watch the prosecution's opening statement, you would say guilty. If you then watch the defense's opening statement, you would say, what the hell is the prosecution thinking, charging him? Basically, the prosecution started with this story. They said that, hey, they're all at the party, and Tory is leaving the party with Meg. They're in the car. An argument breaks out, during which Meg says and insults his skills as a rap artist. This leads to a situation where she gets out of the car and he shoots her feet and yells, "Dance." And then she ends up at a hospital, and a doctor takes out 3 fragments of wounds from her foot. Now, if you just hear, and the prosecution says that Kelsey, the other woman in the car, is going to testify that Tori Meg. And Kelsey has a text message where she texts somebody that, hey, Tori Meg. And then the rest of the prosecution's case is based on all these calls and texts where Tori's like, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, I'm so drunk. He never says that I shot her. She's like, oh, I'm just so sorry, I'm so drunk. So question what he's apologizing for. So that's the prosecution's case. Seems pretty easy. Then the defense comes up, and man, it gets spicy. First, the defense goes, they're not telling you about half of what's going on. The most important thing they're not telling you about an eyewitness who saw 2 women fight, Kelsey and Meg. And so let's talk about why them 2 are fighting. Let's talk about how she was in the front seat, the gun was caught in the front seat. Let's talk about how she might have powder. She does have powder. Let's talk about how this has nothing to do with the fight between Tori and Meg and everything to do with the fight between Meg and Kelsey. And then the defense starts dropping the bombs. He basically says this, that they're in the car. Yeah, they left, but do you know why they left? They left because Kylie and Tori were in the pool together. And Kelsey and Meg both felt some type of way about that, to the point that Meg felt really some type of way about that. And she was really trying to go, to the point that eventually, because of how Meg is acting, this is according to the defense, Kylie Jenner goes to Meg Thee Stallion and says, it's time for you to leave. They all leave. The defense's point is what happens in the car is this. Tori questions Kelsey, hey Kelsey, why are you backing up Meg for me trying to, get it on with Kylie Jenner? Meg has been snaking men from you your whole life. I hooked up with you, Kelsey, and then Meg went behind your back and hooked up with me. And Kelsey, this is not the first time. You had been hooking up with Ben Simmons. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with Ben Simmons.
Now, real quick, Ben Simmons did respond after he was accused of sleeping with Kelsey and Meg Thee Stallion. He posted this to his IG.
Accusations! These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
side note, Ben Simmons and Kendall used to date. Wow, the industry is mad small, because what is going on?
You have been hooking up with the baby. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with the baby. And so the defense starts dropping all these grenades. The crowd is captivated. The jury is like, oh, what's going on? And there's every reason to believe that there could have been a here, not between Tori and Meg, but between Meg and Kelsey. And the shoot could have not been Tori. It could have been done by any one of the other people in that car. The defense continued and concluded their opening statement. They confirmed that their theory of the case is going to be that Kelsey was the shooter. Tori was just trying to break up the fight. Then the prosecution went up. They put on a police officer as their first witness. This is the police officer who arrived at the scene of the shooting. He testified about how he saw casings, blood spatter. This was a big mistake in my opinion, because the defense attorney ended up tearing this police officer's testimony to shreds. He basically got the officer to admit that they did not use the proper evidence markers to mark and identify the location of every piece of evidence. So the police cannot tell you where blood was found exactly in relation to the casings, where, based on the trail of blood, the victim would have walked around. They can't tell and paint the whole story of what happened when the person got out of the car. Why, if you can't paint that story, why, if you didn't use the evidence markers, why, if you purportedly have a very simple case, did you waste your time making your first witness a police officer whose testimony is going to get torn to shreds by the defense attorney? Big mistake in my opinion, if you ask me. From here going forward, the defense will always be able to point out that the government's investigation is completely incapable of telling the jury about the movement of the victim outside of the car. So if you're trying to inject reasonable doubt, alternative theories, you've now done a great job setting it up that the government's story has holes in it.